Welcome to World War Z, the third-person shooter based on the hit Paramount film, pitting you and your friends against countless hordes of zombies. I'm Oliver, creative director at Saber Interactive, here to give you a gameplay overview of our co-op campaign mode, in which you'll fight through a series of intense episodes set in striking locations from across the world. Each episode has its own overarching story, divided into 3 chapters made up of more focused objectives. Whether boarding a hijacked train, escaping by sea, or delving into an underground facility, you'll be facing masses of undead. This means when your squad first jumps into a chapter, you're going to want to stay as quiet as possible. Noise attracts zombies, and the game will spawn far more for your team to deal with if you run in guns blazing. World War Z's AI director is constantly adapting to how you play through each chapter. If your squad seems to be progressing a bit too easily, don't be surprised if you run into a colossal horde just around the corner. On the other hand, if your team is preparing to face a horde event with low health and resources, the AI may swing things for you with an extra defensive auto-turret or mortar. Knowing when it's best to run and gun, hold defensive choke points, or just sprint like crazy can be the difference between life and death. Between gunning down the undead, you'll also want to keep an eye out for hidden loot. You may find the occasional health kit or ammunition box in your path, but some of the best catches require leaving the beaten track. Special zombies shake things up even further, forcing a change of tactics at a moment's notice. Gas bags will charge your squad, and anything but precise headshots trigger a nasty cloud of toxic gas. Screamers will cause more and more hordes to assault your team until you take them out. Easier said than done when you factor in the other special zombies that may be laying in wait. Depending on your prowess upon completing each chapter, you'll be rewarded with new perks for your chosen class and points towards upgrades for each weapon. As you and your squad unlock more, you'll be able to take on higher difficulties, meaning even greater rewards. Outlive the Dead, when World War Z releases April 16th on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
Must pay tribute.
We pay with blood, not gold.
Shao Kahn demands both.
Fight!
Fatality. Kollector wins.
Peggy 16.
Hey everyone, it's Chris from the Chaosbane team. Today, we're going to talk about Alessa, the Wood Elf Way Watcher. Alessa made a name for herself as a scout in Magnus's army, known for her excellent mobility and prowess in ranged combat. She's a fearsome hunter, and by the time you realize she's tracking you, it'll be too late. Alessa's main specialization is her mastery of the bow. She recharges her energy gorge with basic attacks, and consumes this to use even more powerful skills. She has a wide variety of abilities, all of which deal damage over time. She can inflict significant physical damage to large groups of monsters, and slowly sap their strength with poisons. She can even call for aid from allies, such as the Dryads, to help her in combat. Alessa's versatility allows her to deal with all types of situations and provides valuable support to her allies. As a ranged combatant, she's naturally more vulnerable in melee situations, but she uses her natural grace and agility to get out of sticky situations and to maintain a comfortable distance from her enemies. And if she's unlucky and finds herself surrounded, turns out Alessa has you exactly where she wants you. Alessa excels at sowing confusion among the enemy ranks. She can slow, block, and poison enemies, leaving them vulnerable, and making it easier for allies to deal the finishing blow. Alessa's god skills exemplify her unique gameplay. She can pin down an entire enemy horde, and summon a small army of Dryads to support her in combat. When Alessa unleashes her bloodlust, it rains arrows, resulting in substantial damage to whole swaves of enemies. That's it for the gameplay video on the Wood Elf Way Watcher, Alessa. Please follow the game on social media for more details and gameplay videos, and I'll see you next time.
It's rolling. 1, 2, 3, test. It's good for the sound. Let's do this. Ancestors is not about unfolding the mission we've put out there for you. It's you, your curiosity that is driving the show. Because in Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey, there is no minimap and there is no map at all. It was important for us that the player is actually, again, the one mapping, the one discovering, the one exploring, and not us helping through that journey, through that Odyssey a lot. And you'll have to really actually go down into your instinct in order to play the game. The more you're curious and you test and you experiment, you'll see the game opening up for you. I get surprised by the game every single time I play because I'm trying new stuff. It's a game, there's still boundaries, right? But you can go pretty much anywhere you want. We've created a world for you, right? And then you're kind of like the co-creators of the experience. There's like, everything is kind of like there, and it's up to you to be curious and find what's in it. Each time I do an action, I'm asking some energy, and the more action I do quickly, eventually that energy is spent, and it will tap into the stamina of the character. You have to eat, drink, and sleep. Those are the 3 core elements for your survival. And once you sleep for at least 4 hours, you'll update your daily regimen, and you will gain back your stamina and your energy. Well, throughout the game, you'll have different encounters with dangers. And you can get attacked, they can attack each other, which is good for you, by the way. If you're being pursued by a leopard and then he sees an antelope, maybe the lunch of the leopard is the antelope and not you. And be careful on what you put in your mouth, I would say, in general. You may be poisoned. Water is kind of good in general, but food you never know. And you can die by falling. Be careful in some of the rivers. There's, you can slip, for example. So there's a lot of things that can kill you. But we will never give you the solution. It's up to you to experiment and eventually to go through bad times in order to have good times, I would say. And like Carl Sagan said, right? Extinction is the norm, survival is the exception. So you're gonna play really in an environment that wants to kill you. There's really dangers around every corner.